There are so many content creators and brands, but only few of them stand out. Why do we watch some of the videos literally for hours, while scroll past the other ones immediately? Well, that is the same reason why we choose specific brands over the others. And the same reason why J.K. Rowling is known all over the world. I bet you probably guessed it by now. I'm talking about storytelling. Hey guys, my name is Slav. I work with a lot of YouTube creators and I'm a content creator myself. So let's talk a bit about storytelling. Let's figure out what comes to your mind when you hear a word story. Is it the main character who's going through adventure to save the world? Well, it is. And it isn't. There is a bunch of different types of stories. But what we need to do is we need to look at the bigger picture, at the concept itself. There is that huge belief that the concept of storytelling is super complicated, that you literally need to get a PhD to know it. But what if I tell you that it's actually way simpler than that, and that you can incorporate it anytime? To be brutally honest with you guys, no one cares what you have to say. But what people care about is how they can benefit from what you have to say. So they care about entertaining value of your content, they care about educational value of your content, and how it can benefit them. Like, have you guys ever watched Gary Vee videos? He almost never talks about himself. You rarely hear from him, I did that, I do that, etc. His goal is to connect with the audience first, so people listen to him. And that is the first concept. Did you guys notice when you watch a really good TV show or a movie, you're literally living through the character's eyes? You literally feel what the main character feels. You have that incredible connection with the characters, right? So the question is, how do we obtain such a strong connection? Well, in content creation, there's that one, probably the most popular method. Identification of pain points. Why do you think so many videos you see starts with some form of pain question? You're putting all your time and effort and still getting low views? Is the car insurance you're paying is too high? That is done because the people who those videos are made for can relate to those questions. They feel the same pain and frustration as you explaining. They watch this hook and thinking, yes, I actually pay the high insurance. And then what you've done with the help of that pain question, you got their attention without even getting to the topic yet. One more way how you can connect with the audience is making it about them, not about yourself. Remember what we discussed before? No one cares about what you have to say. There's a great best-selling book that dives deeper into that concept. It's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. And the author of this book, Carnegie, literally says, talk to someone about themselves and they'll listen for hours. Obviously, I get it, there will be cases where it cannot be applied. Like, if you have a personal vlog channel on YouTube, that is basically your mission to talk about yourself, right? But in other cases, definitely try this concept. Make it about others, not yourself. Like, would you still be watching this video if all I did by now was talking about I? Neither would I. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, I would really appreciate if you smash that like button somewhere here and subscribe to the channel. It will help me grow tremendously. And now let's get back to the video. Now, let's talk about the second principle that applies to storytelling. Taking person on a journey. Now, let's get on the same page with that. What is a journey? Well, it is basically going from starting point to destination and everything in between. But generally speaking, if you try to apply storytelling to your content, focus on creating the journey for a viewer. It could be the journey that starts with identifying the pain, as we discussed before, and then at the end giving viewer a solution that will cure their pain. Let me give you an example of the journey that we did for a great content creator, Eric. Out of Eric's permission, let's watch this video together. So the video starts with a little girl going from point A to point B as we talked, and her brother catching her up, so it's siblings, right? And then in the body of the video they start arguing, so there's some type of conflict that keeps the audience engaged because we're interested in what's gonna happen next. And then the conflict gets resolved and we got our resolution. And storytelling was 100% reason why this video performed well. We did everything to take viewer on that journey, to stay with us in a video for as long as possible and follow the story. And because they were watching this video for longer, we had a higher audience retention rate, which means that algorithm helped us eventually and video performed better. To conclude this principle, you want to take viewer on the journey. Don't play all your cards in the start. Try to begin your video with a strong hook that will keep people watching, and then develop a story that will slowly lead to a conclusion. Alright guys, the third and the last principle is keeping your audience engaged. No matter how good your story is, you need to be able to deliver it. Let me give you a perspective. World history is a super interesting subject, but I bet we all had that one teacher in school that was literally talking about it in a boring voice for hours. And of course, this type of delivery method makes any story super hard to follow and pay attention to. That being said, it is extremely important to plan how you're going to deliver your story. Before I filmed this video, I sat down and composed a high-level script for it. I did some research and I tried to figure out how do I deliver it the best way. What approach should I take? So the lesson to learn from it is spend some time developing a structure of your content and figuring out how you want to deliver it. You don't need to write word by word script because you're gonna sound like a robot. But I would recommend writing down a high level bullet points list so you are not jumping from one place to another but know what you want to say. And another important thing on how to keep your audience engaged is to learn editing. And there is a lot of editing styles. Editing will be different for short form content and for long form content. Let me show you an example of my short form video. If you're a content creator and you're filming your videos on a tripod like me, here's a couple ways you can make them more dynamic. First of all, you can do what I just did now. Introduce different backgrounds to your audience. As you can see, it is way more dynamic. I'm applying more transitions, dynamic captions, etc. And that is because of the bigger fight for attention. People scroll short videos all day long. You need to do your best to get their attention. Videos on YouTube, on the other hand, are more structured and organized. There's less transitions and scenes are more structured. And the last thing to keep your audience engaged is becoming a subject matter expert. Constantly learn about your field so you know what you are talking about. Become a lifetime learner and try to present the information that people don't know about. So guys, these were 3 high-level principles of compelling storytelling that work for me and my clients. If any of them spark your attention, please dive deeper into them. Be a lifetime learner. Learn more about them and figure out how you can implement it in your content. But let me give you one last simple tip on how you can reflect to your story. Basically, ask yourself, would I watch it? Would I listen to it? Or should I possibly present it in a different way? Thank you so much guys for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.